Hello. Hi, hope everyone's doing alright. Alright, I forgot one thing. Well, that's fine. Honestly, I probably too. Probably, but it's fine. Hello. Hi. Okay, I almost forgot that. It's alright though. I hope everyone's been doing alright. I've been, last week wasn't too bad or anything. It's just I did not have the energy to be doing anything after work, which I was kind of hoping I would have, but also I'm not sure how well I can fit that in schedule-wise still, and yeah. Also, just realizing I don't have the main audio set up either. There we go. There we go. I hope it's not too loud. It probably shouldn't be, but I think it's fine. It probably be fine. Okay. So then. But yeah, this Tactical Breach Wizards. It's a game I've been wanting to play for a while. Since the summer sale was going on during when I got my first paycheck, even though it was a small thing, I picked this up along with Deltarune. This was like on sale, and Deltarune is just more a case of it's like if I don't hurry up on that, I'm just gonna get spoiled on shit like crazy. So finally started working through Deltarune again since I got to start from chapter 1, but that's fine. But yeah, like I said, I hope everyone's doing alright. For me, it's like, yeah, like I said, things are alright. I am still, acclimating well, but also still nervous. Like, it feels like every time I hit a weekend, I have a reason to be nervous about when I go back in next. So that's fun, but it's, like I said, I'm fine. But yeah, like I said, I want to play this, and not much else to really say, really. Other than I'm just kind of, yeah. I know I haven't been streaming as much, and it's something I want to work on, but there's a lot of things I need to work on, and now that I'm beginning to get acclimated to my job, I need to get back to studying some certificate stuff. Probably also ask my manager if he's got anything he'd like me to work on, because, maybe that, but yeah. It's a mess right now in my life, so it's still, like I said, still gotta get things figured out, but I'm making progress, I feel. But yeah. I think the thing that's going to be suffering the most is me going to do plasma, but honestly, if I just end up stop doing plasma while I'm working like this, that wouldn't be the worst thing. I'd hate it, because honestly I've gotten so acclimated to it, I don't mind doing it now, but schedule-wise it's a pain to work around stuff, because on my days off, I get, on my weekends, one of the days I have to do my laundry, and I'd want one of the days I have to do my laundry, and then I also need to do some other running, and it's just, yeah, not a lot of time to work on stuff. Anyways, let's get started on this. I'll do default. Probably wants to go hard, but also I don't know the rules, and jumping into that seems like a stupid idea. Okay, WizTac, this is a mage actual. Okay. Wow, patronizing. Okay. Legend Special Forces, okay. Mafia Sprig Cassiopeia. Targets the nearest hostile they will have line of sight to. And it'll shoot them in the outcome phase. Okay. A Druid Mafia smuggling ship. More Sprigs and Elder Troublelord. There's only two. Sure. Maybe they want to be mistaken for a sniper. Move closer with the Shrub Lord. They targets you instead. Is there even anything I can do here? All we've got is the 3-round burst. Okay, so it's like, yeah, I've hit both, but the hostage must survive is the thing. Okay. Nowish. But get this straight. A notorious druid mafia enforcer gets shot by a doctor. And the first person on the scene just happens to be the meddling witch every cop loves to hate. Jen Kellen, PI. Being near to locations is my passion. What is it going to take to stop you inserting yourself in every missing person's case we investigate? And you could try finding the people. Sorry, said police work sometimes takes a little longer than your witch's tricks, but we have procedures for a reason. People don't hire me when you're slow. They hire me when you've given up. Mind you, people don't hire you much at all these days. Look, some of my clients have had cash flow problems, that's all. Look, let me fail at my own pace. You hear a shot, you burst in with these breaching glyphs, and you find Wexler already dead. Describe the shooter. White-haired woman, good-looking, smartly dressed, except for the surgical gloves, and a gun. No, she put the gun down. And you went for it, even with all your spells and trinkets? I try not to throw lightning at unarmed strangers. Try not to throw lightning at unarmed strangers. And what happened? You guys show up with the fucking traffic warlock. Besides. What's your problem with Sergeant Clark? He made me kneel even though I'd already dropped the gun. He picked it up without gloves. He tracked mud all over the scene and he put a 2-week stasis curse on my car. It would cost me more to get that disenchanted than I got paid for this whole job. Lucky for you, we're backed up and it's not worth the time to prosecute you for any of this. Prosecute me? The next time you call us, stay put, stay out, and leave your wanted home. Can you unhex my car, please? Did you get her? We have someone matching the description in custody. Yes. Can I talk to her? Can you talk to the prime suspect in the murder investigation? No, Kellen, you can't. You're a PI, a provisional PI. Get out of here. Fine. You're welcome, by the way. Unbelievable. Hey, did you know your station's on fire? What? You're too late to stop me. I don't know who you are. Oh. You're not Zan Vesker, Navy Seer? No, my name's Jen. Is Zan here? I don't think so. I haven't seen him in years. Ah. Well, prepare to burn. Oh, no thanks. Doesn't take damage from anything fire or mild fire based. 2 knockback, excellent. So what they want me to do is this. That guy's got a lot of health. Demonstrate verb 1, throw out of a window. Yeah. And I was just talking about you, Jen. What are you doing here? Solving a murder? How about you? Being arrested for... Remind me? It's the list at this point. Become part of the team raiding the station. Sort of Van Zan, guys. I'll vouch for him. No one cares. You remember what it means if I give the signal, right? 1 second on the clock. I remember. We have 2 people. Awesome. One of those guys kind of had it coming. And the others? Didn't know, but they'll be fine. Past the slow fall boards on the windows. So, how you been? Terrible, thanks. How about you? What have you been up to? The team casting its way through the station right now is led by my former CO, Liv Kennedy. She might be the most dangerous person on the planet, and I think she's trying to start a war, and it might be my fault. So, stopping that. Do you get medical with that? No, and it's becoming an issue. Listen, these guys didn't like me much before I demonstrated with their colleagues, so we should probably get out of this building in the next 4 minutes if we don't want to stay here for 25 to life. What are we going to see when we open this? 1 cop, body armor, nightstick. Enforcer, they're tough. I suggest we try and put them through a window. Can't throw all of Vice problems through windows, Jen. Really? How hard are you throwing? Sounds like you want to demonstrate. I'll have to come at him from the side to set you up. Take him when you have the shot. Ready? Oh. There we go. Pretty simple so far. Okay, so what does your former CEO have against Rushwater PD? I don't know. What's her overall objective? I don't know. Who's she working for? Reactor. Great. What's their objective? I don't know. Who's that fire guy I ran into earlier? He asked after he asked after you, by the way. Oh, really? That's nice. No, I don't know who that is. Right. Maybe we'll stick to Liv. How long you been on this investigation? 3 months. Zan. I'm a clairvoyant with an assault staff. I've never had to solve mysteries before. You need someone with investigative skills. Someone whose career is in a temporary dry spell despite her obvious talent. Hey, I'm hiring if you're interested. What does it pay? Nothing. I'm broke. It's actually very competitive with what I'm earning right now. I'll take a look at your files. Files. Right. Zan. I'll make some. Never mind. What's up next? Another enforcer and bad news. No windows. Well, that rules out every strategy I know. See, it's not a comprehensive life plan. Don't worry. I've got this. I can set up a shot that'll knock him flat if he comes my way. And what do I do? Spectate? Deal. Breach. Predictive bolt. What's up, reinforcements? Shit. Nice. Plan this up. I don't know. Improvise. Inspiring. Sure. What? Awesome. Alright, this is it. The way out? It's on the way out? Wait, you haven't been leading us out of here this whole time? You haven't been following me, have you? I don't know where I'm going. But leading us to the one little thing I need to do before we can leave. You know we're in a police station where both of us are resisting arrest while it's simultaneously being raided by a team of black ops wizards, one of whom can transcend time. I'll be honest, I did forget 30 to 40% of that. We're here now. So where are we headed? This office leads to the holding cells. There's someone there I need to talk to. You're working on a case now? Look, I've been going self PI for a year now, and I've had a grand total of 3 cases in the last 2 months, and 2 of them couldn't pay. Continue ranting. Jordan Rexler was the last one on my docket, maybe ever, and today I found him 10 seconds after he was shot in the head. By a doctor. Vaguely aware you might be oversharing, but I'm able to rein it in at this point. I'm too late to save him, and I'm too late to get paid, but I've got one last chance to find out why he died before what we just did makes me a fugitive or a prisoner. And if I don't take it, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm sorry, John. For a second, I forgot what it cost you to save me back there. I won't forget again. I mean, I already did. Inside of an hour. Yeah, so my track record isn't great so far, but I'll try. Whatever you need, I've got your back. Thanks. What are we gonna walk into? A mess. You ready? I wasn't born ready, but in 35 cents, I've become, amongst other things, ready. No, but that's not going to change. Actually, we should probably think about where to breach. Okay. We have chain bolt and we can hit 2 guys, so I think we can kill that one and then defenestrate that one, but we've got 2 guys right over there that, well, we could also knock them out. I think the problem is we can only deal with 3 people in 1 turn. Honestly, being on that's no wait, that's a wall. That is like a hard core wall. I don't think I can actually get past that. Yeah, I can go like that. Here though, let's see. RPD track of Bencho. I think what's the best route? I can knock those 2 guys out and have that one shot dead. That one's gonna try to move around though. There's a reinforcement door over there. Maybe we should reach over here. Oh, okay. Okay. Thinking about trying to be greedy to maybe see if I can knock that out, but yeah. Uh... We can try this, see how this goes. See how this one goes. Yeah. I think, what am I doing? What can I do here that'd be better? You can kill those too easy. Maybe we can make this work. Maybe I should see how this functions first. Okay. Can't do a 3 for there. Okay. There we go. Rushwater PD holding cells. Hi, me again. Don't know if you heard the station's completely being raided by a Spec Ops team. One of whom can transcend time. Right, and much of it is on fire. Can you tell me why you shot Wexler? I can get you out of here before even more of it is on fire. How? I was just gonna look for the keys. If I don't satisfy your curiosity, you'll leave me here to die? Classy. Fine, if you don't. Ouch. The hell just happened? I think you just met Liv Kennedy. I didn't love it. Avoid long-term consequences. Okay, I'm a lot more interested in your case now. Who is Banks, and why did the best Spec Ops team on the planet just assault a police station to abduct her? Dessa Banks. I glimpsed a file at her police. I caught a glimpse at her police file. They have her pegged as a mob doc for the Druid Mafia. When I found her, she just shot her patient in the head with a 45. She's not mobbed. She's definitely missed. She definitely missed a pivotal day in med school. So why would Liv Kennedy want her? Was she an especially good doctor? Yes, it's possible she's a great doctor. And shooting her patient in the head wasn't just a power move. Your turn. Who is Liv Kennedy? She was my commander in the Navy Special Forces. She's a chronomancer. She can move on a different time scale to the rest of us. You're dead before you know she's coming for you. Yeah, I got a taste of that. I served her third for 5 years on some nightmare clusterfucks, and I think Liv may be the most dangerous single combatant on this planet. Everyone who saw her work said it sooner or later. I'm glad she's on our side. Well, now she's not. Now she looks for a reactor. And what's the story with you and Liv? We ran an extraction on a Druid Mafia smuggling ship back in '89. She got snared just as they were about to execute the hostage, and I had to choose. I chose the hostage. For years I thought I'd got her killed, and then 6 months ago she resurfaces pulling brutal heists for a PMZ. I don't know what she's trying to achieve, but I know I failed her back in '89. If there's some way I can talk her down from this, I have to try. Director Private Military, right? Who's hiring them this time? Private, but huge. 9th strongest military in the world, last I heard. If you'd asked me yesterday, I would have said they're the DSR military by another name. But if there's something Liv Kennedy to kill cops on DSR soil, something massive has changed, and I have no idea why. If she's gone off book, all we're looking at is a god-tier operative becoming a serial killer with an unknown agenda. And if not, if today was a reactor-authorized op, this could light the fuse for World War V. The whole geopolitical landscape of the Southern Hemisphere is going to lurch in ways what even I can't predict. I'm a seer. Okay, we do need to make some files. I have a map. We can work with that. Oh nice, a perk point. +2 knockback if used at point blank. Okay. Chain bolt. One more target seems good. seems like the best. Yeah, more targets seems like the best. Okay. I don't think I really missed anything in those previous levels, though, so... A lovely condo, 48 minutes away. This is your safe house? It's cute! Well, it's my mom's place. She's at bingo. Alright, here's what we need. Your map, a printer, some thumbtacks, and like 40 meters of red string. She might actually be the only person I know who has that combination of items lying around. I like her already. Let's get to work. So that's work. You drag string between us to prove we're friends? Okay. Likes complicated cases, good filing systems, skulls of every kind, my cat Daryl, not mutual. Dislikes Steve Clark, traffic warlock, the Rushwater police, loose ends. Hobbies, scrying, crying, interrogating Daryl when he does a crime. Larg, hate writing bios. I'm Storm Witch, a private investigator and legal guardian to one emotionally distant cat. For the last 3 years, I've been finding missing people. The cops couldn't, or wouldn't, but it doesn't pay well and work is drying up and oh shit, these notes are smaller than I realized, or Zan's thing sounds serious and I think I can help, so off I go. Likes, naval history, Moss by Stack Acropocots. Some things succeeding, assault staves, dislikes, memory tests, decisions, dairy, being asked about his dislikes, hobbies, providing emotional support, providing fire support, backgammon. Zan is an extremely old, what the hell, Jen, retired Special Forces operative who can see the future. Actually, he can only see 1 second into the future, but in a breach and clear operation, that's a big deal. Zan used to serve under Liv Kennedy in the DSR Navy until she was lost in action. Now that she's back with a violent unknown agenda, Zan worries he might be the only one who knows how dangerous she is, or how to counteract her power. He's probably overblowing it, though. Black Ops Chronomancer. Likes acting quickly, acting decisively, acting like a prick. Dislikes weakness, slowness, stowerness. Town and Norland. Hobbies: dodgeball, don't play her at this. Bloody knuckles, don't play her at this. 100-meter sprint, don't race her at this. Liv was the DSR's star covert operative. She's able to move on a different time scale to the rest of us, rendering her actions effectively instantaneous. It's absolute bullshit. She vanished on her last official op with Zan and disappeared for 2 years. Now she's back with a team of Special Forces wizards cutting a bloody path through the powder keg of southeastern geopolitics like a bowl in a house of cards. A bowl in a house of cards. Team of Special Forces wizards led by Liv Kennedy, breached the Rushwater Police Department, killing 14 and busting out a prisoner, Dessa Banks. Zan arrived hot on their tail, arguably too hot. The cops assumed he was part of it. I heroically rescued him. Too much, Jen? And we got out alive. But we're not popular in the DSR now. I walked in on Banks right after she shot the mobster I was tracking, and Jiren wrecked Wexler. According to her file, she used to be a surgeon at Rushwater General, but dropped off the grid a year ago and is now a mob doc for the Druid Mafia. Now Liv Kennedy's abducted her at massive risk, and we're all left panicking about what she knows about Banks that we don't. Banks is the one they broke out of jail, but why? Kennedy's working for Reactor, I'm sure of it. Oh. One of the biggest and by far the most effective private military outfit in the world. For years, Reactor have done the DSR's dirty work, but now that they've hit a police station in Rushwater soil, they've been the hand that feeds them and swallowed it whole. All bets are off. Okay. Okay, so we have no idea why Liv took Banks. At this point, I'd settle for where she took Banks. Oh, I can answer that. Seriously? Give me 6 newt bones and a vial of her blood and I can scry her location within 3 meters. Okay, newt bones sound doable. Yeah, I've got an arrangement with the pet shop downtown. But how do we get hold of her blood? The cops would have taken it when they booked her part of a standard DNA log. He'll be at the evidence lockup in Stonecreef, and is that guarded? Heavily, but I know the guy there. But I know a guy there who owes me. I helped him find his skink last June. As long as they haven't heard about the clusterfuck at Rushwater yet, I bet I can just ask him. Where Jen knows a guy. The humor in here is pretty good. Jen, I think they heard about the Rushwater thing. Now they get efficient? Yeah, that's pretty... Yeah, that's cops for you. There are optional extra goals that boost a wizard's confidence, as in life confidence is only needed to wear more daring outfits. Try them later, but don't stress it. You can always come back to get them later with any new perks you've unlocked. They vary each level. Move the cursor over them and find out what. Finish with all team members at full health. Demonstrate 2 hostiles with Gale grenades. We don't have Gale grenades, so yeah. Oh, we do have Gale grenades. Oh, okay. Sure, that works. That works. Alright, what are we looking for? Blue folder. Her blood's in a blue folder. No, but her file will tell us where they're storing it. Okay, so just grab every blue file we see. Yep. Unless your time frame lets you read them instantaneously or something. I can do 1 second of reading in one second sooner than I otherwise would. It doesn't sound like it's gonna do it. No. Breach? Breach. Okay. Not a lot of windows, but plenty of stuff to, yeah. No. Deal with all enemies by the end of turn 1. We don't have anything that lets us do that, so no. Oh wait, time boost. When did he give that? When did he get that? Okay. Maybe we can do this. Okay, so how do I do this? Is there like any rule for that, or just I can just do that? Okay. I think we can just do that. Okay. The real problem is Shen can't clear all the way over there. I guess the big thing I'm noticing is oh, you gotta have line of sight with him, I guess. Okay. Hmm. Okay, I think I'm starting to see what I need to do here. Hmm. And that's the issue, isn't it? Ugh. Not what I'd have hoped. There we go. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Where are you going? Both of these overpasses lead to the next building. We can do it in tandem. Okay, but you get shot the moment you walk through that door. Oh, good note. Let me breach first. I can take care of it from my side. Nice. Demonstrate 3 hostiles in 1 turn. We can do this. We do have 1 action use, but there's like nowhere to use it. You push Zan out of the window. I don't think we want to do that though. pop, but we gotta... It would be now or never, I feel, but I don't have 3 people I can target. I don't think we have 3 people that we can target. That guy's stuck right... That guy's like right there. There we go. No, we're good. In one turn. Okay. I think we can do this. Oh. Okay. I see. Okay. Some zero actions left. Can I? I could probably move and give her an action, honestly, though. Okay, breach. He's in the way though, isn't he? This works. Awesome. There we go. Feel like we're doing well. It's taking me a little bit of time to figure things out. Found Banks. Just between Jebba and Hiddlesbottom, logically. We've all found ourselves there. It says blood samples in fridge 5, room 304. So one floor up. Great, let's go. You brought the newt bones? I don't leave the house without 6 to 20 newt bones. Okay, so where is she? She is about 100 meters east. Did you perform the spell 100 times too small? Nope, she's in the next building. And what's that? Controlled substances, I think? Why would they break her out of one police station just to take her to another? I don't know. Want to go find out? After I realign some time crystals, yes. Steve, you sure this is every gram of blue you have? Yep, every seizure in DSR ends up here. Alright, Bori, light it up. All will burn. In very mild fire. It is not mild fire. That is a total misnomer. I should not have to take this from a traffic cop. I'm a traffic warlock, and you're a failed arsonist. I'd like to see you untangle the M6 Spaghetti Junction with some lukewarm flames. Lukewarm? Much as I'd love to hear where this clash of the intellectual titans goes, we have a right to catch. Steve, stick around and make sure your cop pals don't put this out. Bori, bring Banks. Well, that exchange raised a lot more questions than it answered. That was the fire guy I was telling you about. Oh right, I do remember him now. So when I said fire guy earlier, you didn't think of the guy who was permanently on fire? You meet a lot of colorful characters in this line of work. Aren't you unemployed? And that's what I mean. So who is he? Bori Kesh, the less lethal pyromancer? How does that work? I think his flames are like quite hot, but not fire hot, you know? Like you can't go on about your day, but it's more of an aloe vera situation than an impromptu cremation. Is Liv's team burning mana? Why? Not for the smell, I'm guessing. Why do the Rushwater PD even have this much mana? The street value of this must be billions. They're supposed to destroy it all at the end of every month. Maybe Defense told them to? I've heard of state stockpiling it on the QT. No one has a military use for it yet, but they're all scared someone's gonna find one. Look like you want to ask something. Who's the guy in the Dayglow robe? Ugh, that's Steve. Steve Clark, traffic warlock. I keep running into him on my cases and I always forget what a slimy prick he truly is. Wow, Jen. Shit. Get fucked, Steve! Can we take him? How good are you at dodging spectral cars filled with skeleton ghosts? Never made it past regionals. Let's see if that cuts. And give me 1 second. Dun, 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 dun. Go click. And there we go. Ugh. Give me one sec. Yes, I know, I just closed the dockable window. Shut up. I think something, there's gotta be a better way, but also I'm just not. Okay, let's see. Finish with all team members at Defenstrate Clark, this Steve Clark Traffic Warlock. Rush hour, henceforth. Pending traffic conditions on the 7th Circle Jam. Could we just a second. No, that'll move him over there. Okay. What if I moved myself over here? No. Still in... Look, I have to put in the effort, you know? Damn. It was worth setting up, at least. Oh crap, I muted myself at some point. Whoopsie. Crap, I don't know how much. When did it? I must have been quite a while. Crap. But yeah, yeah, I've knocked people. When did I don't know. There's a whole thing. I went. Oh crap. But yeah, I don't know if I was muted when I said it, but I'm glad. Okay, that explains a lot. That explains a lot. I am sorry about that. I hope you're doing well. I'm sorry about that, Rhodia. But yeah. But yeah, thank you for the comment with the avatars. It's something I've slapped together in Pit Crew. I have been knocking people out of bubbles. If I had any guess as to why they weren't there, well, knocking people out of windows, if I had any guess as to why that stage didn't have them, that stage, that whole like set of levels did have a few segments where, at like one room where it was like 5 guys, I think with possible reinforcements, where there weren't any windows, so stuff like that might have heavily. So if it's based on a ratio of people you've knocked out versus knocked out windows, but I don't know. I'm usually better about the muting thing, but it's gonna happen sometimes, especially since it's been a couple weeks. Oh boy. 14 hours. I've also been saying, like, yeah, I've been really enjoying the humor in this game. It's all around. It's exactly what I would want out of a like small scale tactical game like this. Back to Maz for a nice cup of tea. Oh lordy, you didn't tell me we were having company, Zan. Out of clean. God, what must you think, Doc, that I live in filth? Oh, you should see my flat. Can't move for gold skulls. This is Jen. Do you remember I mentioned her? You know I don't remember my own name half the time, Duck. Lovely to meet you, though, Jen. Can I get you a brandy? Or something stronger? What's stronger than brandy? Oh, I'm glad you asked, Doc. A woman after my own heart. Zan, you didn't finish the Skullcracker, did you? You finished the Skullcracker, Ma. In June. Oh, nonsense. To Jen, he's a terrible liar, this one. A liar and a drunk. Except his father, I suppose. And his ma. Oh my god, Ma. How long will you kids be staying? Just the night, if that's okay, Ma. Of course, love. Stay as long as you like. Where you're off to tomorrow? Labole. Oh, how wonderful. You must take Jen to the Naval Museum in Aldo. You remember where I used to take you on your birthday? Oh, she'd love it, Zan. We're there to stop a team of Black Ops wizards torturing a hostage and starting World War V, Ma. Not sure there'll be time for the museum. It's such a lovely country, Jen. Not like here. Didn't you and Dad flee for your lives because a Pharma Corp tried to kill him for whistleblowing? Well, every country has its problems, Doc. Have you been, Jen? I have. Actually, it's Roseanne and I met when I did my mandatory tour. Oh, so you know. Lovely. Bet she's told you his origin story? Oh, God. Diana winces. That's not what we call it, Ma. I'm sure she doesn't want to. Oh, I absolutely want to hear your origin story. Oh, God. Don't we have a map to update? I saw your map. It's lovely to see you doing crafts again, Doc. Glad someone's finally using those wretched thumbtacks. I bought that box in 1943 and I've scarcely made a dent. What's it about? There's no easy way to say this, Mrs. Vesker, but your son is terrible at filing. I had a system. Just never got around to making the system. Ah, you've got your father's spirit, Zan. Aw, that's sweet. No, he had a terrible spirit. Just a dog shit spirit. Ma, well, I'm sorry. That man would give up on anything. I once saw him give up on a spoon. Slipped out of his hand and he just left it there, ate pudding with his fingers. Flimsy soul, too. Like, this is writing that speaks to me. What's your input, Zahn? A less lethal firemancer, a traffic warlock, lives assembling a strange team. Yeah. Ori Cash. Zan, you're gonna have to take this one because I'm honestly still not sure I understand this guy's deal. Fine. His talent creates a magical fire that never gets above a certain temperature, so it won't incinerate you. You'll just pass out from heat stroke. Given that it's a little weird that he joined a team that's been killing people over the globe, but here we are. Smarmy prick who can, I guess, summon phantasmal apparitions of long-dead highway traffic that hurt a lot if they hit you. He was always the department's darling, but now he seems to be working with the team who just hit Rushwater PD, and I don't think the station knows it yet. It is killing me that I wasn't around to rat him out to his fan club. And the mana stockpile. I guess if you want to burn a lot of mana, you hire Pyromancer? Mana they burned was at this, yeah. Unlocking your craft tends to happen when a life-threatening situation brings it out of you. If you're not willing to wait for one, why not create it yourself? 10G of street mana and a shot of absinthe is a simple, wildly expensive recipe for a huge risk of brain damage or death. Beryllium calcite activates the craft center of the brain, and some people knock a temporary power when the high lasts. It's not permanent though, and when you don't know what your power is, there's a whole range of ways to die finding out. Cut it with MDMA or acid, and you've got street mana. It's a misnomer. The few who can get a hold of beryllium sell it to trust fund kids at mansion pool parties or money men by private courier. Millionaires who think they're invincible, mad that there's a type of power they don't have yet. The stockpile at Stonecliff must be years of seizures. Why didn't they destroy it? And what are the point? Why did it live? I mean, they're cops. I mean, it doesn't really feel like there's a mystery as to why they didn't, but I mean, yeah. Moss place. Zan's Moss seems good enough to put us up while we figure out our next move, and her place is off the map, or it was? Stonecliff lockup. Oh, the other one wasn't that. Okay. I was hoping I'd be able to waltz into Stonecliff lockup before they heard what went down at Rushwater, but no such luck. We managed to get the blood sample they took of Banks when they booked her, though, so now I can track her with a scrying spell? We didn't have to look far. She was in the next building still with the team who took her. They were there to burn an alarmingly large stockpile of confiscated mana. Why, though? Being just kind of OCD in how I have this set up, not like having, you know, overlaps if I can help it. Your spell said Banks was heading north, right? To the black site, I bet. To the black site, I bet. Okay. Anything else? Nope. That makes sense to me. No rush if you want to rearrange, or, well, I haven't read this. Xan thinks this is where they're taking Banks, and the direction I feel them headed in backs it up. You're out of brandy, so I made tea. Do you really want the story? It's a longish. Sure. Hit me up, sure. Oh, you'll love this, Jen. Building it up isn't helpful, Ma. Okay, so this was Riasi, 78. We're on escort duty for this RNS diplomat. And our ABC driver, Valdini, she's hearing a noise she doesn't like from the chassis. We pull over, and of course, as the FNG, she sends me under there to check. I find 3 kilos of colored wires, blinking red light, the works. I don't know if I have 3 seconds or minutes before it blows. I don't even have wire cutters. All I can think is to rip all the wires out at once. But as soon as I think it, there's this flash of pain, so sharp I think it's blown already. But it's still there. So I think about just ripping out the green wire. And flash, it hits me again. When I think about ripping out the blue wire, though, nothing. I just see myself doing it clear as day. So I do it. Red light goes off, and I just fucking collapse. And that's it. That's how I unlocked. Adrenaline, delirium, and a desperate need to do exactly what it turns out I can do. So, did they put you on bomb diffusal after that? No. Turns out, most bombs blow up whichever wire you cut. Once I could foresee without passing out, the brass put me through a craft training program to help control it, then fast-tracked me to special forces. That's where I met Liv. Who was trying to blow you up? The bomb was a Merc job, but this was Riasi in the 70s. There's no way Chapel money wasn't behind it. What did Valdini say? Her reaction focuses very much on being right about the dragging noise and much less on the discovery that I could see through time. Good story. I don't know where he gets it, Jen. Not a magical bone in my body, nor your father. Especially not your father. He'd suck the magic right out of anything. It's not hereditary, Ma. But you might have something, you've just never been in a life or death situation that required it. That's certainly not to shut your father up about the quickest route to downtown after 5 p.m. That came up all you like, and I thought my life was over every time. We better get some rest. First fare to Laboli, 7 a.m. Also realizing this is a game that's very much like Saga and Beyond as some other ones. It's like making me is taking a lot of focus because I go, how do I go about this? My contact got back to me. She knows a guy who delivers supplies for Reactor. He's going to let us ride in with a shipment of bathroom supplies and pornography. Oh, phew. Thought getting there was going to be a whole thing. You serve with Liv long enough, a lot of people want to get on your good side. I didn't tell her it's Liv we're tracking. Banks hasn't moved, which fits with her being held at the black site. If she's still there, Liv's still there. My gut says they need her for something. You're right about the stakes of this. We need to get there yesterday. Yeah, we've moved about 4 inches in 2 hours. Aww, I think Jen brought her cat. It makes sense. It's probably cheaper than having people, but oh man, look at him just snoozing right there. Yeah, this is torture. I'm gonna find somewhere to kip. This is chat's menu. Optional conversations that can be played at any time. If you just want to move on for now, you can always play them later. Choices made in these don't affect the outcome of your campaign. What's your cat's name? Oh good, just outright focusing on the cat more. Just what we need. What's your cat's name? Daryl. You named your cat Daryl. My mom did, and she isn't really a cat person. Well, he's a treasure. What does he do? He licks his own butthole, then looks at you like you should be ashamed. He's surprisingly chill about being on a ship. Oh my god. I think he just has such disdain for life that he won't acknowledge this is any worse than usual. Good for you, Daryl. Daryl just constantly sitting there. Can I ask you something? Shoot. How are you so sure about all this? You're always the guy double-checking our orders, hedging our bets, better safe than sorry. No offense, it was comforting. None taken. But now you see an old friend causing trouble and you walk into police station with an assault staff? I kind of forgot you were this sharp. Yeah, you're not wrong. It's not just that Liv is playing with fire. It's that I know what happens in a month's time if we do nothing. I thought you could only see 1 second ahead. On a good day, yeah. When I'm in control, but sometimes I get flashes. They're brief, they're rare, and I don't know how far ahead I'm saying. So most of them tell me nothing useful, and then the temporal whiplash lays me out for days. And one, though, I saw a date. It was etched into a massive stone slab, 18,692. Above, a list of hundreds of names, thousands. You can't tell where I am, or when I am, and they aren't names I know. I know it's a war memorial, and I'm swallowing a feeling like a throat full of rocks. I did nothing. When did you have the flash? 3 months ago, right after Liv Kennedy came back on the map. Oh joy. Huh? Then I can get why them. It's like, yeah. Honestly, I never actually played the demo myself. Probably should have, but I think it's one of those things where honestly just felt like this is a game I was gonna love no matter what, so sometimes I'll poke at demos for those, other times I won't. It's like when let's see. Move on. Yeah. Oh boy, Zan's brain bears with it. Oh hey, traffic warlock. Hi? Hi. Oh wait, are you really here? Explain where here is, then ask me again. Shit, sorry, I think you're in my dream. This happens sometimes. My foresight runs wild while I'm asleep, and it can drag in other casters if they're dreaming too. I'm gonna need some clarity on runs wild? Well, okay. It runs combat drills. Combat's when I use it most, so that's what it knows. So we're about to fight a completely meaningless battle. Yeah, sorry. I can kill you if you'd like. That'll probably wake you up. Nah, I'm good. I could use the practice, to be honest. I don't get shot at much in a typical private investigation. Yeah, they're not bad for building confidence. Alright, let's breach. You try on jamming the G30 spaghetti junction without resorting to death magic. Then we'll talk about who's losing perspective. Carol. I assume those function just like... Yeah. Demonstrate 3 hostiles in 1 turn. Demonstrate revert. I love them putting the definition of demonstrate right there. Okay. Air canister. Causes 3 knockback to all adjacent targets if damaged. Okay. No, not Zan. Not what I was trying to do, but thank you. Awesome. That was brief. Yeah, there's usually a bit more to him than that. Want to do another? That went really well. Yeah, I guess I was able to talked about some other stuff. I probably... Okay, so this is how this works. Just dreams. Okay. Makes sense. Oh, we get 2 Oh, wow. Dreams are weird. Dreams are really weird. Okay. Prevent 3 reinforcements in total. Okay, well I don't really have an option as to where to breach, so... Boost. Yeah, like... Yes, let's see. Okay. Awesome. Okay. works. But yeah, like, let's see. Since I last streamed, like in terms of my own life stuff that's been going on, stuff's been going pretty well. I feel, which has been good. What you do is protect bolt. The most hectic thing is something I kind of also mentioned on my Blue Sky, which was... It was the... It'd be easier for me to just look at a calendar quick. On the 11th, right. On the 11th, ended up having, back on the 11th of July, ended up having to have my vehicle towed because, well, it was been having an issue, and I was planning to, at the very least, the next set of days off I had would be to take it to get its oil change and have them look at it. But what ended up happening was, I ended up having to get it towed because it was stuff was give me a brain. What's going on? Okay, so friendly reinforcements. Okay, that's what I'm assuming. Cause a predictive bolt to fire before the foreseen. Oh, those are glass windows. Okay, I think I can see that. Oh, that also give me the option just remove and okay. Oh, I'm just gonna get more Zans. Oh, that's fun, I guess. Okay. Okay. Also, I guess I just don't have a good sense of how to achieve this. But the main thing with the whole towing is everything seemed to work out well because I got it caught before it actually caused a catastrophic failure. When I was driving home on my way from work, it's like I ended up going, okay, this is too bad. Before it'd been a constant thunking of, okay, that's weird. By this point, it was like really acting up, and it had been a case of try that. See how this works out. I have some mana to use and a bunch of time boosts to give. See. Do you find the fact I can do this hilarious? Alright, because it's only once per turn. Still, it's funny. I don't know. Maybe there's some force, something else, but... no idea how to even get the confidence point in that. Oh. Is actual multiples? Oh, because I went to the mission select instead of just continuing last time. Right, okay. Finish by the end of turn 1. Okay, shouldn't be too bad, I guess. Wait, wait. Don't move. Let's do that. Awesome. Prevent 15 reinforcements in total. Demonstrate 1 hostile by the end of turn 3. Okay. Here, let's just reach. Okay. So these are all staggered out. Okay. Ah. Let's see. Can just give Jet a bunch of actions, so that's fine. Sure. Right. We don't want to... yeah, actually, yeah. Realizing we kind of want people to come out through over there, because then I can actually demonstrate them. Oh, because it wasn't turned right. Okay. That's on me. Not the best way this go turned out, but it wasn't actually too bad. Okay. So that's not too bad, I guess. Alright, but the right thing about the vehicle, what I guess ended up happening is at some points, the lug nuts of my front left tire just got sheared off, which, bad, but I was still down to one, and it was doing a hell of a job, so... And the towing wasn't too bad, because I do currently have insurance that has some roadside assistance, so I didn't have to pay for the full tow. I only had to pay for like 12 miles of it, so it only cost $90. Thankfully, I hadn't been insane. I hadn't gone crazy. Thankfully, I'm not someone to go crazy with spending money after getting my first paycheck, so I didn't have any bills that required me to go nuts and to deal with, so it's like I was able to just add the money to spare, thankfully, for getting the tow, so it's... In the long run, everything kind of worked out, thankfully. And for the repair stuff, a friend helped me out, which also helped out a lot. It's one of those things. I owe my friends a lot. Banks is definitely close. My scry is popping off. You okay? You're sweating. You're just out of practice. Okay, what are we looking at in there? Automated turrets. They're tough, but if you can get close, you can just shut them down. That seems like a security oversight. Not a documented feature, just hold the status button and tap reset 3 times. God bless military engineering. Okay. We use this cover, resistant to knockback and damage, knockback and damage. Okay. What do we got? Prevent 2 reinforcements in total. Finish by end of turn 3. Okay. So what do we have here? Electrified wall. Security door. That's the only reinforcements. Okay. Oh. Targets also they have line of sight on. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I can still knock them back. They just get it reduced. They basically have armor 1 to knockback damage. But I don't have any means of really taking advantage of that fact, it looks like. Yeah. Yeah. I wonder, what happens if I do this? Okay, that counts for, okay, so that counts as preventing reinforcements. That's good, I guess. Promise they deal 3 damage. Problem is the knockback will kill Zans, so no, that's not doable. Can't just go all willy-nilly doing that. Oh, but I can push that one out. Okay. Right. I think I see a way through this. There we go. Okay. Managed to complete both of those. Managed to clear both of the managed to clear both of the confidence points. AC control terminal for this turn. If we can reach that, we can do better than turn off. We can mess with its target recognition. You get it? Try L. Kennedy and Villador 77. Why do you know Liv's passwords? How do you know Liv's passwords? I'll start with that one. How? It's not hard to spy and detect it when you only have to foresee doing it. Wow, that's unsettling information. Why you know Liv's passwords? I expected the hell out of her, but it was very clear she could kill me and one day might. Seemed prudent. Do you think Liv programmed every turret? No, but she always insists on having admin level access to friendly security systems, even ever since Medill in 81. I'd ask, but we don't have that kind of time. Alright, let's hack a turret. It's not gonna be easy to reach. Let me try something. I have an old trick I haven't tried in a while. Read the description of False Prophet and use it to make the turret waste its shot. Send out a false premonition of yourself, which expires at the end of the foresee phase. Okay. So that's the control terminal. Okay. Finished by the end of turn 2. Okay. Awesome. Sure. And just fire that. Good and clean. Dan, you're pale, man. You sure you're okay? I do feel rough, to be honest. Churning out suicidal time clones of yourself never feels great. But this is different. Did something bite you? Mark on your neck? Does it look like the one on your arm? Huh. Did we abort? Not an option. My right already left. Oh, Banks is a doctor. Breaking it out of this dive should earn us a checkup, right? Oh, good point. You wanna hang back? I can probably figure something out by myself here. No, I'm good to fight. Thanks, though. Okay, good, because I was absolutely bluffing. Could be a fucking tank in there for all I know. Think human shape, but you're not far off. Stability. Yeah, okay. Easy to deal with, easy to deal with. Goals finished by the end of turn 3. Oh, that's easy with that, yeah. Just gotta breach and fire. Okay, I guess that's not so easy. There's gotta be something I'm missing with it. Oh! Pushing them. Right. My brain, I've never thought of it as a, Alright, but this is important. That guy's a tank and can only be moved by something that punches two. Okay, so I get that, but what am I gonna do here is the question, though. Static blast? No. That if I need to, they don't even have line of sight on us. Okay, that's good, I guess. I'm gonna restart this. Yeah. Realize going that hard on that probably wasn't the best idea. Okay, that's good to know, I guess. Wait, I can do that, right. no, that doesn't work. What can I even do about this? Is the problem. I need to hit that up. I don't think that'll solve that problem. The problem is I know I need to land that, but trying to get it all set up is the problem here. Maybe I'm just being too aggressive in regards to that, but no. Let's move over there. Trying to see what all I can do here. It's definitely tricky, but... Why is it so impossible to hit him the direction I want him to go? Finally got something set up. Just don't be a big guy. Okay, I can deal with that. There we go. Finally figured out how to use predictive bolt better, at least. When you started to feel sick, was it like a swarm of red-hot locusts were nesting in your pancreas? I would have said hornets, but yeah. Okay, I think we've both been poisoned. It just hasn't hit me full on yet. Jen, I'm sorry. I can barely walk. I might be done. No. You're gonna be fine. Just hang back and rest up. The ink cell is right there. I'm just gonna clear the room, bust her out, and she'll fix you up in no time. It's simple. Oh, great. Okay. This is definitely tricky. Hanks is right there. We've got that right there. That is what we wanted. Might be a bit too strong though. Kind of worked, okay. 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 Let me restart this level. Trying to see. Why don't you just tell us what's coming next? Okay. Oh, okay. So you can make an enemy waste their shot. Nah. Okay. I didn't realize that. What we got? A reactor heavy gunner is coming up through there, which we know. We got that. No, they wouldn't help out with that. Okay. Jeez, why are they always so... Yeah. Well, okay, I'm gonna think. Nope. Oh my god. What am I looking for? Okay, I think I'm getting ideas how I can go about this. Sometimes the best way to learn what you need to do is just poke your head at a problem and just, you know... I don't want to blow it up, though. That's the problem, and... yeah. Okay. Sure. There's that taken care of, so we don't need to worry about that anymore. Done. There we go. Please, I know you hate me. I know you won't save me. But please don't let Zan die. He's never crossed you. He's just trying to stop something terrible. Please don't. Rip to Zan. Nook's bar that night. I used to be a surgeon at Rushwater General. I was good until I started to shake. I knew the symptoms. Strebeck syndrome. Degenerative, incurable, terminal. But I couldn't lose that job. I couldn't just wait to die. So I hit it. And it worked for a while. I was good enough to compensate. When the kid came in, I honestly thought I was his best shot. I was wrong. I knew it was a bad cut before I saw the blood, and I knew it couldn't be stopped. The bottom dropped out of my stomach. It was over in seconds. My brain was on fire. Every atom in me was screaming for an undo button on my life. And then a pop, a rip, a snap, and it was undone. The cut? Not just the cut. The whole sternotomy. Blank. It means his chest wasn't open anymore. My clamps were sheared off. He sat up. Never heard a woman tendon scream before. Best we could tell, his body had gone back about an hour. The anesthetic wasn't in his system, but a prep drug was. So it turns out I can rewind people. It's another month before I figured out they had to be dead first. So if they're only unconscious, I have to shoot them first. You understand. If I'd waited for you to die, sending your body back an hour might not have been enough. The toxin could already be in there. Next time I want a regular doctor. I thought she was a regular doctor. There's a skull on her belt. A red flag, sure, but not a slam dunk for necromancer. I'm not a necromancer. You did just raise us both from the dead. That was today. Necromancers raise zombies. Do you feel like a zombie? I do feel incredibly bad, yes. Then I prescribed a brandy. 3. When did you get back? She was a surgeon. Cute story, but try a shorter version for your next set of zombies. Reactor black set complete. Extract Dessa blanks complete. Get entire team fatally poisoned and shot in the head. Not in the plan, but yes, complete. That's like, aren't you gonna give me something? Everyone else is eating. Why don't I get something? Two perk points this band. Support of fire 2. No limit on how many times it can be fired per round. Definitely good, but I'm not sure how much. Time boost, time bomb. Throw at an ally to give them 1 extra action. Boost all targets in a 1-tile radius of impact except for Zan. So that's good. False Prophet. Hurtful Lie. Prophet fires Seer's main attack at a nearby target before expiring. Okay. Persistent Delusion. If the Prophet dies before it disappears, your mana is refunded. Interesting. I guess you can use this to basically for free shut down those enemy predictive shots. Useful function. Prophet interacts with anything it can before expiring. That sounds really, really good. What about Static Blast? Okay, yeah, that sounds great. Fire Static Blast, be able to move. Okay, we can work with this. Part of me should be getting the +2 knockback, but getting a little bit of extra movement, especially with Zen's time refresh, is good. A strong finish on Chain Bolt would be really great and could help out, but yeah. I'm also thinking I might want to call it. I got a lot of stuff I still need to get done today. I would like to go try and get plasma taken care of. I also should get my hair cut. Well, I guess one other fun thing I did yesterday that might be worth mentioning is I did some maintenance on my computer. One of the things I've been wanting to do has been purchase SpinRite for like forever. It's like $100 piece of software. Really good, handy software. It's explicitly hardware. It's explicitly a hard drive maintenance and recovery tool. Costs $100, but it does what it does. If the spinning hard drive starts dying on you, you could use it to get it back to the point where it's recoverable and extract what's on the drive. It's really good and amazing. It's also good for benchmarking hard drives. The big thing I'd been wanting to do is, one of the problems with SSDs is that after a while, it's just the speed of your SSD is going to slow down quite a bit, because just a lot of why an SSD goes fast is because it also skims over data and goes, okay, I don't need this. But as you've used a computer, those bits that would make him skim over things gets said and unsaid. So one of the things I did yesterday was I sat down and actually did a pass on my hard drive of where it reads all the data and then it writes every bit back to exactly where it's at and resets basically that. And it worked. And honestly, when I booted up Windows the first time after that and this morning, it was quick, easy. It was amazing. I'm glad I finally pulled the trigger on that. And as for other things in life right now, like I said, I probably should have done a randomizer, but I wanted to play this, and honestly, it's something that'll be fun to move through. This will take me a while, but also give me a good reason to try and hammer out. After I get off of work, are there going to be any days where I'm going to sit down and do like a 2-hour, 3-hour stream? This will give me a reason to hammer out that and work on my own schedule and figure out what I'm going to do. It's the one thing I really need to do is, I don't know how. There's a lot to be said about my job. I do like it. I feel like I'm doing well. I'm definitely fucking up still here and there, but it could be worse. And it's something I'm happy about. And yeah, I'm glad I landed the job where I got, because it feels pretty much perfect in a lot of ways. And at the very least, it's gonna help me get a lot of stability, which is what I need. And right now I've got, yeah. But I got a lot of stuff I still need to figure out. One of these days I'll need to head to the bank and start thinking about maybe opening up a savings account too, just to help me sort through and just keep things figured out. And yeah. But anyways, let me go see if anyone's streaming. Let's see. I guess Fordola's gone. Might be a good pick. Yeah. I think I'll raid Fordola. I'm kind of surprised she's not. Empress Fordola isn't currently working on one of her 4-job Fiesta runs. She's picked one up. She's still I think she's gone to her 4th or 5th one, but she's currently playing Monster Train 2. So let's see. God, I'm feeling a bit. Yeah, I need to work on. I definitely need to get myself back to. One of those things I really need to do is get myself back to doing some streaming, at least at regular intervals. Anyways, thank you all for coming to watch. I don't know when I'll be streaming again. I'll try to get stuff figured out still. It's still a lot of figuring out stuff. I've gotten acclimated to work, but it's still, yeah. Anyways, goodbye, take care, and hopefully I'll see you all again. Peace.